Hello, I'm Liz Lumley of Finextra, and today I'm speaking to Juliette Kennel of Swift, and we're going to talk a bit about market infrastructure. So what are some of the key issues affecting this market currently?
Well, when you talk to management in the market infrastructure space, CCPs or CSDs or central banks, what you're finding is there are really three hot topics that keep coming up. The first one is regulation. And the increased pressure that market infrastructures are under at the moment. Secondly, cost cutting, keeping costs in check, and last but not least, the need to innovate in order to keep their customer base happy.
So I wanted to move on a little bit about the discussion about the blurred lines between high and low value payments. There seems to be a trend for high value payments to move to Swift, while low value payments are moving to ISO 20022. Is there a case for sort of all value payments to move to the ISO 20022 standard?
It is true to say today that there is a growing blur between low value and high value payments, and it's also true to say that market infrastructures are driving the adoption of ISO 20022. If you look at the world map and you look at where ISO 20022 is being adopted, you'll see that it's often being driven by market infrastructures. And I'll give you some examples. In Europe, clearly there's T2S and T2 pushing the ISO 20022 standard. And in Asia Pacific, you see JASDEC, for example, adopting ISO 20022, and DTCC is a very good example in the Americas where they've adopted ISO 20022 for corporate actions.
Of course, we need to talk about regulations. So what are some of the real world impacts of regulations on this market?
So if you look at market infrastructures and the fact that they're central to everything that financial institutions do in the financial industry, it's quite natural that regulators are keen to make sure that they are resilient. And if you look at resiliency as one of the key topics through legislation like CPSS IOSCO, you can see that it's important that SWIFT takes an interest and makes sure that market infrastructures are well served. If you use SWIFT today, you can be sure that the transactions that we're processing are looked after. And on top of that, we're now offering consultancy services, for example, to help you assess what the impact of certain regulations are on your operations. And last but not least, we've come up with a new service for market infrastructures called Market Infrastructure Resiliency Service, which has been built with 7 central banks and is being piloted with the Bank of England. We're going live at the end of this year. We've been thoroughly testing it at the moment, and we're looking forward to go live early 2014.
So we're in the home stretch for Sibos in Dubai. So what can we expect from your group at the show this year?
So we really this year what we wanted to do was try and bring together two worlds that previously haven't really mixed. On the one side we have the payment market infrastructures, and on the other side the securities market infrastructures. So we're running a 2-day forum on the Monday and Tuesday of Sibos, where we have some really great speakers. For example, we have Liv Mostri from Euroclear, and we have Yves Mersch from the ECB opening up the Market Infrastructure Forum. And we've also created a new magazine which we'll be launching at Sibos called MI Forum Magazine. And the objective really is to position the key topics that are high on the agenda of the market infrastructures, and also tee up the discussions and the sessions that we'll be holding on Monday and Tuesday.